This is the Transformers The Last Night Premier Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. The figure is part of the first wave of these Voyager class figures for the new Transformers The Last Night movie toy line Premier Edition. It means it's for collectors, and it involves what, 50 many steps. It's got a really nice set of instructions that you can easily follow because the Pantone, the shades are much nicer. It's lighter and more details. It's 30 step conversion, and they're going back to their roots of Revenge of the Fallen, wherein the collector series of the Transformers are much more intricate and much more involved in the transformation, and I'm really liking it. They're not too difficult as to be annoying, but they're not too simplistic as to be just for kids. So here is the packaging. Here's the other guy in the wave, a repainted Age of Extinction Grimlock, and here's some fantastic art. If you're still looking for the quintessential Optimus Prime, this is the one you want to pick up for this version of Optimus Prime. And I'm sure that Hasbro is planning on releasing, their own version of this one, which is probably an Asia, I don't know if it's an Asia release or a worldwide release, but the Dark Energon type of rusted, weathered type of Optimus Prime, leader class Optimus Prime. But this is the Takara Tomy version, Knight Armor, or Armor Knight, I forgot what it was called, Optimus Prime, a Takara Tomy. And this is the one you need to hunt down or to get if you want the best representation of Optimus Prime in this particular version that Michael Bay has him. I really like this figure very much, and compared with this guy, obviously the paint apps are lacking, but having said that, I was looking through this figure in more detail. The Photoshop pictures we've seen on the net do not justify this figure. This figure has amazing detail, and the body sculpt, he's a little bit squat. I wish they would have given a bigger pelvis, just a little bit more, just a tad bit more stretch out that abdominal area. Would have been perfect proportions, but it feels a little bit short. The paint apps, oh my goodness, look at this. He's got some metallic flake on the blue. The plastic they used for the gray has a little bit of flake on it. The chest pieces, the silver on it. I don't know why people are hating on this one so much, or just being very lukewarm to it. Well, probably because it's another Optimus Prime figure, and haven't we gotten already too many Optimus Prime figures? Here's the Evasion mode Optimus Prime. Amazingly, he's much shorter. Do you see my point? Had they stretched out and given him a longer pelvic area, this would have been perfect proportions. Just like a centimeter tall, just a little bit taller. It would have been perfect. Anyway, but having said that, again, as I said, it's not a bad figure. It's actually a pretty decent Voyager class Optimus Prime figure. If you're not into the leader class figure, for this version of Optimus Prime, this is perfect for you. Again, so many fantastic details on this guy. There's a little bit of kibble right here. They could have painted the smokestacks silver, but they didn't. Yep. Everything seems to be in order. Sculpt-wise, I said that's my only gripe. He comes with his blaster shield that has that gun on it. It's made of all-spark blue, but the reason I'm not hating on it is because it's not matte, which they normally use for all-spark blue, like this one, case in point, the eyes. You can see it's a little bit matte, and it's flat. This one is glossy. And it just makes the shield pop out. Would have been nice if it were all silver and gray and not all spark blue like this, and put a little bit silver highlights. But the blue, yeah, okay, it's okay. And several of these I've seen on the pegs. There are some pieces that had copies that had the blue spilling over into the gray, so you just look out for that. This was the best one I could find, and it looks okay. It looks decent enough, and that glossy feel to it makes all the difference. Now he's got this orange sword, much like the Takara Tomy one, and again it's glossy. It's not flat. and therefore it's not so bad looking. You want to store the sword. There is a sheath on the back right there, and the shield, well, you can just place it on either of the pegs. Either way, you can peg it somewhere. You can just hide it right there. So I suppose that could work. Okay. All right. Articulation for the figure. It's got a ball jointed neck, waist swivel, ball hinge shoulders, bicep swivel, hinge elbows that go like that. No wrist articulation. That would have been great had they put a wrist articulation there. Ball hinge hips, thigh swivel, hinge knees that are severely hindered by that kibble piece right there. No foot articulation, just a little bit, but that's due to transformation. So, okay, very nice. I'm really glad they gave us a new mold of Optimus Prime, because I saw, you know, the leader class is going to be a repaint. So at least a Voyager class figure, that's new. Great with Megatron. So let's transform him. Transforming this guy can be tricky. Again, it's like 30 steps. So you got to do it slow, take your time, don't rush it. Let's rush it. I'm kidding. First thing you want to do is you want to open his chest piece. Oh, sorry. This should have been here. His boob should have been like that. There you go. Now he looks so much better. It's all that detail right there. So anyway, fold it like that. Although even if it's folded down like that, it's still not too bad. You just look, they're sagging. He's aging. This one, he's just pumped up some iron. I'm kidding. Okay, fold it down like this. Fold this one. Oh no, not this one. Let's rotate the waist like that. Okay, fold down the head. The arms, just fold them to the center, and then these shoulder pieces, they're going to tab in right here. There's a tab right there for those hole, for the hole. It's not working. There we go. There we go. Just tab it in. Okay, right there. And that's where the arms are going to stay. You can already see what's happening here. This is going to be the top part of the cab, right there. Something like that. Yeah. Okay. But we'll do that later. Okay. Maybe I should point out right now that there was a factory error on this one. As you can see, there are bits that had been super glued. On my copy, as you can see, it should be flush. It should be flush like that. But this one, the groove that was supposed to be, there was a tab just underneath. This thing is molded. There's tabs here and there just to connect. As you can see, there's that. You can see it. There's that indentation right there. That's like a groove for that notch, for the tab right there. It wasn't cleared. There was a bit of plastic left over. This thing could not come down, and the result was it was not tabbing in properly because it was pushing it up. So I could not get it to tab. Could not get the roof to tab on. So what I did was I scraped off some bits of that plastic. I scraped off the inner groove, and I sort of super glued it so that it'd be flush. I mean, I have the worst luck with Optimus Prime figures. If you remember my Titan's Return Optimus Prime, crazy. I still don't know how to fix that. Anyway, so just leave it there for now. Okay. Okay, it'll stay there. Okay, now for the feet, go ahead and detach these. The instructions have a roundabout way of transforming it, but for me, all you have to do is, oh my goodness, get lost somewhere. Okay. Okay, just what am I doing? Yeah, rotate rotate the wheels out. Obviously the wheels are going to be there. Just untab the feet, okay? All right, and then fold out the, that's where the hitch is going to be. So that's the rear part of the truck. Okay, now for this part, what you want to do is rotate the feet inward. That's your guide. You want to do that. Rotate the feet inward and then fold them up and tab them here. That's your basic guide. God, these new the last night Transformers, they have a lot of flimsy transformations. And this one on mine, I've been having trouble doing it. So that's your guide. What you need to do is have it here, like that. All right. So we might as well just join these two together so we have a more solid thing to work with, a more solid figure to work with. Okay. I know it's really flimsy, and this is just the way they did it. Okay, you'll need to tab those here on the hips. Do that, and that will solidify those side panels, if you can. Okay, so easy peasy, right? There you go. And the feet should be, yeah, it should be like that. They should be sort of like together. Okay. All right. And now these, just position, you just need to make them look like a truck, and it's not that big of a deal. Just fold this one up. You can already see how it's going to be a truck. Fold it like this, and fold it like this. Okay, and what the hell happened? Why isn't he? No, what the hell happened? And I'm lost. I could have sworn I was doing this correctly. This one. Okay. All right. What did you do wrong now? I thought I had this under control. Apparently not. Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Okay, I forgot this part. Sorry, move it out like that. I knew I forgot something. That's why it was looking weird. Okay, and there we go. Don't forget that, kids. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, and then you can lower both arms, and you should be able to form that truck bit, the truck hood. Okay. In here. Okay. Really? See, this is why I enjoyed the that Berserker better than this one, than Barricade and Optimus Prime. So, okay, that's that. And then these, just make sure they're straightened out, and you fold them right there. Wait, let me just straighten out everything, both. Okay, and they're supposed to tab in right here. There's a tab right there onto that groove and that hole right there. Yeah, and for some reason on my copy, this just does not want to come in. It always just bends outwards for some reason. I have no idea why. It's hitting something that I'm unaware of, but it just wants to sag out. So anyway, and the final piece is this one, really, when you tab everything in. And this was what I was saying before I corrected it, before I fixed that bit. I could only tab it this much, and this one was like that. It would not go in, obviously, because the windshield was extended and was hitting that part. So I had to shave it off, super glue it, and now it's flush. So maybe, you know what, I'm thinking of getting another figure because there's just too many inconsistencies with this particular figure. I love the paint apps on him. The eyes didn't have, it was the eyes that were really bugging me. Some of the other figures had overly painted, all spark blue. Some had smudges on the shield. Some had some scratches here and there. This was the best one I found, so I picked it up. But looking back, I have the worst luck in Optimus Primes. If I can find a cheaper one, maybe this is selling for $30 here in Manila. If I can find one for under $20 in the US, I'd probably get that one and pass this off to my good buddy Josh, because I know he was really eyeing this one, but he didn't want to buy it at this time because he was waiting for it to go on clearance. So maybe I'll pass it on to him. So this is the alt mode. It's not bad. It's right there with most Voyager class Optimus Prime figures. It's a little bit small, but given the size of it and the length, I think it's right there. I think it's good enough. Could have been bigger, but again, not too bad. The movie figures have gotten smaller these days, and I'm just so glad they didn't shrink this guy too much. Okay, so you can store the sword underneath if you want to, or you should do it this way so you don't bend it. No, this way. The instructions say that way, so okay. And then the shield, you can just put it here or right there. So not bad at all. Very, very decent. Transformation was a little bit crazy. If you know what, I wouldn't hate on it too much if I didn't get that stupid quality issue, but as it is, it's a great Voyager class Optimus Prime figure, and you know, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I had some issues with it, with the scale, with the proportions and transformation, but it's still a solid, very decent Voyager class movie Optimus Prime. And well done, Hasbro. The kibble, they tried to minimize the kibble as much as they could. I think they did a good job with it. Still has kibble, it's not perfect, but definitely one of the pickups you have to do for Wave 1. There you go, folks. Hope you've enjoyed this little video review. This has been the Transformers The Last Night, the Premier Edition Voyager class Optimus Prime. Thanks for watching.